It looks like we're back again. We're back in action. We're back in action. I'm just gonna confirm that and we get to go. Once we confirm, we're good to go. Looks like it. Looks so much like it. Hello guys, if you're watching, how are you doing today? One second. Yep, we're live. What's up guys? It's me again, the code breather. And I'm here to do what I love to do, always and again. I'm excited to be here. I feel so privileged to be here, to be doing this. To be doing what I love to do the most. And today we are basically done with this implementation, but I still wanted us to do a little bit of quality of life implementation today before we finish up with the cleaning and the testing, right? So I actually didn't do anything off stream since yesterday. I've had a lot to do and I had to tidy up my place a little bit. So I'm gonna show you guys what I'm trying to do today. Let's do a little bit of demo so you get like context around what I'm trying to achieve. Like if you've got like an if-else statement, right? There are actually two ways you could write your if-else statement. You could do like if then end, right? But this is mostly like if you just want to have a single line statement. So in this case, you could do them, then that works, right? Typically, you have to surround it with a bracket or parenthesis. So that works. However, it's less flexible, I believe so. So for example, you wouldn't be able to write something as complex as this. So it's less flexible than the curly brace counterpart. But this can be also nice if you're just writing like simple if else, like you just want to return an expression without doing more complex multi-line queries, right? But the nice thing about using the curly braces approach is you would notice that, for example, here we could, let's say we assign this to a variable, we could just return the variable and okay, we need to take that off also. And why is that complaining? Okay, we need another one. Okay, we need to close this. Okay, yep. And that works. And you can just basically inline this also, and you're still good to go. It still works, right? So this is more, I would say, generic. It covers a lot more use cases. But from the, as you can see, if I take you to the if else implementation, let's do if else. Am I just okay? What do we have there? Let's go to if else here. Let's delete that actually. Try to go back. Great. So if you see this if else implementation, if you go to the example here, for example, where's the Rust doc, which I deleted yesterday, you're gonna notice that prior to this, I supported the then approach. So you could say something like, if age greater than 18, it's valid. Like you have a little bit more complex stuff. And this is useful to just do like simple if else expression, right? However, now I support a little bit more complex stuff, and typically when you want to use this, if I take you down here, then you have to use this chain function, which I think is kind of a bummer if you just want to write a simple expression here. Having to use the chain seems too redundant to me, rather than just doing something like this, right? And other than that, I mean, you could use like query chain here or query turbo or whatever, or block, and it's still gonna work. So typically the reason why I was like thinking of leaving it as it is that if you want to write your if else statement, you can just do, for example, this if statement, let's call it if s. You can just do query with the new implementation. You can basically just do query turbo. I can create an alias for that and say qt, and just do if age greater than or equal to 18, less than that, bam. So basically you could do something like this. You could even say return. You can return the top level also if you want. You can do whatever. You can go crazy. So with the new stuff, you can basically do this, and you can have like more complex condition also. You can say these, or let's say age less than or equal to this. So you get the gist. You can just use this query turbo macro. However, I'm just thinking for simple scenario, like being able to write a simple stuff without having this would be kind of nice. So being able to say something like this will be kind of nice, but because of the way we're implementing this now, it's gonna complain. So let's do a little bit of like TDD. So what we're trying to achieve is, so you don't have to use this chain stuff if you just want to write a simple one-liner. And that's, we were actually supporting that prior to this. Let's see, if else expression. So that was one thing we were supporting. So we're not using the if else expression anymore, but we wanna. So let's see, conditionals. Then rather than just using body, we could consider, let's say we have actually we could go to if else expression. Yeah, I'm not sure, are we using expression elsewhere? Let that equal to this. So let's see, we could probably add block or body. I need to confirm the definition of body. If it's just block under the hood, in that. Okay, it's query chain. Yep. I'm wondering if I should put it there. I believe I'm using that. So like subquery, but doesn't make sense to say let x equal to query chain. But it could be blocked though. Yep. 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 Let me see where else am I using this expression. Let's check the reference. Okay, quite a few places. Mostly in let statements, subquery and value like. In what situation would we wanna do that? Say let execute to like yeah. So I think I'll just do it somewhere here rather than saying, let's say, if else expression. You know what? I'm just gonna re-implement a second one and call it new. And actually, we're gonna have to change this to an enum and change that to expression and then body. Basically just say yeah. Yep. So we wanna be able to convert. Still do this. Let's see. If else expression. Yeah. So, guys, we just like quickly we implemented the new body implementation, which supports a single line expression, and also you can also have like query chain, basically. And we're using like the converter approach. We implemented the trait, and as you can see, we did a little bit of test driven development there, even though it's compile time. And now we're able to have like this single expression without using the chain function, which means this, like with this you can have like a single expression like a subquery, and you can have like a basic primitive field, and at the same time you can also have like a query chain or even a block. So I could show you an example. Yeah, we're using like a select statement, right? Let's comment that out and let's use just this string. You see that works, that doesn't complain anymore. It, like the code compiles, and you see when we do chain also, that also works. And we can actually, that's because we're having double chain here. But what one thing we can actually do is take that to our advantage. We can chain multiple queries. Let's just do this, make it multi-line. Let's chain more stuff. Yeah, you can even chain like, let's say, another statement, right? You can have a let's expression, which means if you want to do this in a more like ergonomic idiomatic way, you're just going to use like a query chain. Pretty much use like query chain, and you can write a lot more complex queries that feel like more robust and ergonomic and idiomatic to what we're doing. So basically you can have like an expression here, assign it, and yeah, you can return that. You can return that stuff you've passed. You can even have like more complex stuff. You get what I mean? So I'm just excited with this because now we're able to hit our cake and have it, and we don't even have to update the Rust doc. We need to update it actually because we support a lot more complex scenario, but we don't need to change or remove what we had previously, right? We can just add a new example. So I'm excited, and this was actually quite fast. It took probably, I don't know, less than 5 minutes. And what I'm gonna do now is update the doc to show you how you can use like the if macro within query turbo block or transaction, and at the same time how you can use like query chain within the expression block. So I'm gonna do those two things, then do all the cleanups, add all the tests for the scenarios I created yesterday for query turbo, I believe. Just add those more complex different test cases, and I'm just gonna wrap it up and merge this because I think we're on the track to be done for alpha launch this month. I hope I'm not sick again. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to finish all the implementation this week, and I would like to do the release for alpha launch next week. I need to update the book also. Perhaps I could do that over the weekend, and yeah, I will be creating a wait list for the book. But I'm looking to publish the book with O'Reilly, and I'm just so excited. I would like to do a lot more work with Twist. I need to update that to Daisy UI 4, and then I'm trying to implement something like class names but in Rust, and that will be respected of with Twist. So those three things, and I'm also starting. I already started like the basically the proof of concept for CDK, something like if you've used CDK test or you've used Pulumi in TypeScript. I'm doing that for Rust. So I'm excited about that. I want to do the proof of concept, complete that before the year runs out. I pretty much have everything mapped out in my brain. So let's see how that goes. But pretty much we're done with these, and I might have to mute a little bit because I'm on call, but I'll be back. I'll still be working. So you guys, let's just chat, engage, and we can continue with what we're doing. I love you guys. I'll be mute for some minutes, maybe. Thank you. Jik Dijk. Um, what's up? Nice work. Keep it up. How are you doing today? What's good? Yeah, thank you. I'm trying to finish this stuff before the week runs out, so we can do our alpha launch next week. I need to write the release notes, and I need to get the book ready for at least launch or publishing, and just try to get stuff done before Christmas. And I've got a lot of parties to attend, so I'm quite excited. How are you doing today? Um, I'm a fearless to be fearful, cause it takes courage to learn not to. So we got that. I'm actually contemplating making a macro. I just keep on going, and I keep on going, and I keep on going. Now I'm contemplating making a macro that can let you write something like, let's say you're gonna do like cond and age greater than 18 and age less than 120. Would you like to have something like this? I mean, technically, we've implemented a compile time parser for our query, so you can write something like this. But I wanted this to be possible. Oh, I'm tongue twisting. I want this to be possible in the context of a query builder, right? So I could actually show you from my GitHub page. This is what I mean. One second. I'm a fearless to be fearful, cause it takes courage to learn how to fly. So this is what I mean, where I could have actually shown you from code base, but it's okay. Like you can basically write a raw query this way, right? And you can write the expression, the conditionals this way, right? So I'm not sure if this will be useful. Would you want to have something like this? Let me know if you would. But so we've got that example. We can remove that, and we can just say if statement, and we can say something like else invalid. To them, you can just do into, maybe into there also. Okay, we have to use a concrete type there. Remove that, and I think we're actually good. We're in good shape. Let's just disable the inlaying, and let's commit that, and we can, the commit could be supports single line body expression in if else statement. We might have to improve the building a little bit though, because I think we should support just using the curly braces. Technically we can support using the if then expression, or using the curly braces. I just think it's better to just support one when we're generating the stuff. And if we're going to be using that approach, then we would, as I demonstrated to you, if you joined a little bit earlier, we would have to return. So if we're just going to be using then, for example, then and end, we would have to do something like this, use parentheses, right? Then it works. However, if we want to use the curly brace approach, we need to use the return explicitly, and that is going to work. as you can see. So we might need to change the building a little bit, and before we do that, we could probably remove the old implementation of body. So I'm just gonna search that through. I believe we don't need that anymore. We have that 28. Then what's that? Okay. Yeah. So let's just clean up all that we're not using anymore. I believe these also don't need that anymore, and we can remove that. And what else? I'm not sure we need this anymore. Just take that out. Then what else? Let's rename this to normal body, and actually these we can just call these query chain. That's fine. So with that, I think we're good. We might want to add more examples to these of how you can change stuff, but in that case you probably want to even use like query turbo if you're gonna be chaining. Honestly, at that point you're better off. So in the building, let's run the test first. Let's clear that up. Cargo test. Let's run the test, and once we're done with that, we can run a single one. I'm fearless to be fearful, 'cause it takes courage to learn how to fly. Yep, let's wait for the test to run while I take a short break. Yep. Yep. That was expected because um, the way we're parsing, if you have single statement, is actually quite different. So for example, let's actually see, we can run just if else. Let's start with the first one, primitive. Anyway, let's just take that out first. So let's do 371. Yep. I know the reason why that is happening is because now it's gonna be, if you're using query chain, I can take this out. What it's gonna be doing essentially is that this is one parameter, this is another, that's gonna have its binding, this is gonna be the third, right? So if you're using query chain, it's gonna be taking each of those. But when you're using expression, and I actually need to think if this is what I want, right, and why. If you're using like query an expression rather, what it's gonna do is it's actually gonna bind this entire statement. It's gonna bind this entire thing. So this would be 1, 2, 3, and then 4. That's why now we are gonna be having 4. And I think let's just do count and age. I'm fearless to be fearful. Let's just do GT and LTE. Yep, that looks good. For this, let's see. Also, I think we should count LT GT and just and age. Yep. Yeah, we can leave the others. Let's see. 7 were failing before. Let's see if that drops down to, no, actually the screenshot should probably be updated, so we might still have 7. I'm fearless to be fearful, cause it takes courage to learn how to fly. They say love is for the right without you. Yep. So as you can see, this was what I was trying to explain to you. If you go to this line, you see now it's actually binding the entire select statement, and it's doing the same thing here. So now we go 1 2 3 4. So let's just update that. Let's run it again, and this is the raw format, which still works. So let's go to 480, and that expects 9. Fair enough. The reason is also the same. It's gonna bind the entire thing rather than, so here it's gonna bind the entire statement here rather than binding each expression in it, right? So that's what drops it. So yeah, if we count, it's gonna be 1, that's the 18, then 122, then this is 3 4 5 6 7, then this entire statement 8 9, right? That's why we've got 9 there. So let's rerun that. Yep, so we need to update that. As you can see from that screenshot, we have like 9 bindings there. We have the rough version of that. Let's run that. So now we have just 5 filling. Let's go to 4 and this is now 6. Let's run that. Yep, so that's 6 also, as you can see. Let's just update that. Update that also. So now we have just 4 filling. Let's discard that. Let's go to 435. So that's 9. Yep. Run that. Yep. So we've got 9 stuff there. Now I have just 3 failing. Let's go to 390. That's 5. Actually, let's just do 3, 5, 3, 5, 6 also. There is 3, and then 3, 4, 2. That'll be 4. That, and test that. I'm fearless. Too fearful. Yep. So that's 5 and 391. 391. Yep, 5 binding. That looks good actually. Yep. But actually now it's gonna be a little bit tricky because we're not using the if then, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna test that actually if that does work, which I doubt. So rather than doing something like this, could we also do something like this if it's just a singular expression? Okay, it works, so that's probably fine. How about if we put it like a string? Okay, yeah, that actually works, so we're good to go. Since in that case that's gonna only take a single expression. But let's see if for a basic string that is gonna work. Okay, it works, so that's good. Up, update, if else statement, computer test. That's good. So we're gonna run all the tests from the beginning to end and see if everything pass. I'm just trying to buy. Oh, we need to probably check for the for loop. I might have to support like a standalone if statement macro, but maybe in another PR. But for the for loop, we might still have to delete these because I think for for loop we actually support the standalone macro, but I just don't see any reason why you would want to use that approach now. But anyway, let's run the tests, buy some time to relax. So we have all the tests running. Once they pass, I think, yep, we are good to go. I just need to update the Rust doc for the for loop though. I need to update that, and for the if else test I need to probably add a few more cases. So let's go to query turbo. I'm trying to make this stream as short as possible. We need to fix this, figure it out, and up, 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 up. Need to maybe let's just we need to figure out why we have an issue with that. So you know what I'm gonna do? Actually gonna do another tutorial. Do video cargo test. I'm not sure I actually saved that. Take that. Yeah, so let's take everything from what can I just print that. Let's try to run this here. Okay. Interesting. Isn't that close though? Let's try to indent these properly. Where is it? Okay, I believe from here. Indent that first level, then this inner for loop. Let's indent that. This is the close bracket for this, for this. So what's the complaint about? balance. This is closed here. As if as Yep, that looks okay to me. If something greater than 50, 39, let's rerun this. It's now 40. Interesting. So we're getting, that is a problem. If balance greater than 50, why do we have that there? Let's comment that out and see. The query was not executed due to failed transaction. Why did it fail? Database record already exists. Fair enough. Starting a new data start transaction. So how can we? So we don't need to create the ID. They do that automatically, so that we don't run into that issue. Create. Okay. Now it seems to execute. So there are two problems. We need to figure out why we have that standalone if statement, and then we shouldn't be creating with an ID because then there will be collision. So we need to figure out this line. If something greater than 50. Okay, so there's a problem. This is not probably being rendered for some reason. It's not working properly. Maybe not that actually, because yeah, after which we have select account. So we have go statement. So there is this rendering above go statement, and we need to figure out why that is there, because as you can see there is nothing there. So I'm gonna first like expand the macro to confirm if we're getting that something there. It's gonna be a long one. And we've already been streaming for an hour, so I might actually stop the stream soon and do all this stuff off stream. I always say I'll do it off stream, and I end up not doing it there. But we just need to figure this out, and maybe we can go from there. So greater than 50. We have this if statement. Above it we have the select account. That's strange. So where's that rendering coming from? There is nothing like that. Yeah. Like if you go down here. Above good statements. Ouch. Above good statement, there is no if else here. So we need to figure out why that is happening. Maybe it's just the way the stuff is being rendered. But anyway, if we uncomment that, and maybe we could rerun. Yeah, so probably it was the way it was rendered, because now we don't have that anymore above the good statement, which is good. But one problem we still do have is we're creating balance and blah blah blah, and that's not gonna work because then there will be collision because we're creating the same balance. So what we can do is maybe create this and say balance 2, and yeah, maybe this can be balance 3. Ouch, what did I just do? Balance 3, and let's try to rerun this. Was that the 5th or 6th query? Anyway. For cargo, is that query turbo? Oh. Yep. Query turbo. So update that. I don't need that. Oh, perfect. So we're actually getting something out. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. So we're trying to get accounts, and we okay, let's say this 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's okay. Oh, I'm actually not running the previous one at all. So of course I need to run this. Otherwise, how's it gonna work? Okay, that looks promising. Invalid, blah blah blah, F64. Expected F64. We're having some deserialization issue. So again, I think that as an array. Yeah, I'll have to figure that out. And I'm actually feeling tired and sleepy. I think this is a good space to start. At least now we figured out why the transaction wasn't running yesterday. So now I just need to figure out the deserialization stuff and then clean things up, add those tests, and I'm done. So, but we've already done almost an hour and a half, and I just need to look into this deserialization stuff a little bit more. And I think we are on a good track. Anyway, I love you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful day, night, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. I will try to do this off stream, try to finish as much as possible. But I'm feeling a little bit tired already. I just want to relax and till the energy is fully back. As you guys may know, I'm still recovering. I'm so much better now, but I'm still recovering. So next time I would see if I'm done with this. Otherwise, we'll debug this in the next stream and figure everything out together. I love you guys. Thanks for joining the stream. Um, Dijik, thanks for chatting me up. You guys stay safe and let's do this rusting together. I love you. I love the community we're building together. And this is just the beginning. I have a lot of plans. I'm just trying to get this project out as quickly as possible. And I love you. Peace. Code Breather.